What is up, everybody? So today we are going to talk about how do you breed in Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. So first thing we want to do, I don't want to make this a long video, so we're going to do this very short and we're going to do as much information as possible in a short period of time. So let's go. So first thing we want to do is decide which two Pokemon we want to breed together. So this can be a Ditto and this can be something else. Or it can be two Pokemon of the same egg group. If you're going for the Masudo method style, which is breeding two Pokemon together in hopes of getting a shiny, that's when you use two different language Pokemon. I have a video right up there explaining more about it. So once we have established which two Pokemon we want to breed together, our next step is to then go into the make a sandwich station. We're going to look for a sandwich that increases our egg power. So, as you can see on the screen right now, Jam Sandwich increases my egg power by 1. Very, very, very early game sandwich. Perfect for those that want to breed eggs and try to get those shinies early on. So, we make ourselves a sandwich. I've already made a sandwich, so I'm not going to make a sandwich and waste our time. So, we're then going to sit in the picnic. Now, you can just AFK. This whole time that I was talking, if I go over to my basket right now, I'm sure there's an egg in there. There's an egg in there. Okay, so you don't need to run around. You literally can sit AFK and get eggs. Now, you can only have 10 eggs in a basket at once. If I'm wrong, someone put it in the comments and let me know. But once you have the buff up, you have it up for 30 minutes. So you can sit AFK for 30 minutes, go eat a sandwich yourself, and come back to some eggs. So once we have then got ourselves some eggs, we're going to leave our picnic because guess what? We just figured out how to breed. So all we need to do, decide which two Pokemon we want together, make a picnic, make a sandwich that has egg power, sit for AFK for 30 minutes, and go from there. Our next step is how do we hatch these eggs? Because we want to hatch them as fast as we possibly can, right? We don't want to take up our time and we want to hatch them fast. So once we have our eggs in our inventory, how do we hatch these fast? So we're going to look for a Pokemon that has the ability Flame Body. Flame Body basically means that if it's in the first party, or if it's the first slot of your party, it's going to increase our chances of hatching eggs. It's going to double it, basically. So instead of having to walk 4,000 steps, you only have to walk 2,000 steps. So because Pokemon Violet and Scarlet is very simple, get on your ride Pokemon and sprint and just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you hatch that egg. So you're going to hatch those eggs and it's going to be wonderful. My goodness, I can't speak. We're going to ride around with a Pokemon in our party that has Flame Body. This just increases the hatch time. So once we hatch our Pokemon, we have pretty much figured out how to hatch Pokemon and how to breed Pokemon. But what if we want to take this the next step further? What if we want to breed Pokemon that are competitive? Pokemon that are battle perfect? So that's easy enough to do. We're going to fly to the main town and we're going to go to Delibird's presence. So I marked it on the map so you guys can know exactly where it is and save as much time as we possibly can. Because honestly, when you're breeding eggs, whew, it's a time sink. So the first thing we're going to talk about when we're making competitive Pokemon is Destiny Knot. The Destiny Knot basically means that it will carry over 5 IVs from one of our parents. They're all randomized, so if you have 2 Pokemon with 5 IVs each, 5 of those are going to be randomly distributed to that one egg. So that's awesome. Destiny Knot is probably one of the most important things for when it comes to making competitive Pokemon. This will be your lifeline for making competitive Pokemon. Our next thing we want to look at is when we go into our general goods, we're going to look for an item called Everstone. Everstone basically means that it passes on the nature of the Pokemon. So if you're trying to breed something with a jolly nature, you put an Everstone on the parent that is jolly and a Destiny Knot on the other parent. And you're going to get jolly Pokemon eggs with 5 IVs that are perfect. So there's also other stuff that you can go into, but they're not as important or as useful or going to make things a little bit harder. You can start from scratch with a Pokemon and you can use the different power bands. Basically, each power band is going to carry over that specific IV 100% guaranteed. So a Power Anklet is going to carry over speed, and Power Lens is going to carry special attack, and so on and so on. So that's pretty much how you breed in a nutshell. Very, very, very short. So just to go over, Everstone will carry over your Pokemon's nature. Destiny Knot will carry over 5 random IVs from your parents. And then the power bands will carry over 1 IV 100% of the time. But realistically, when you're breeding 2 Pokemon together that already have really high IVs, you're not going to want to carry over you know, one IV. You're gonna wanna use the Destiny, and you're gonna wanna use Everstone to breed. That's pretty much it, guys. Honestly, breeding isn't very hard. It's just a lot of trial and error. But I hope I get rid of some of that error, and now it's just all trial for you guys making those competitively strong teams. Trying to look for IVs, you know, where you want to know which one's your best, which ones are your good, blah, 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 fantastic. You got to beat the game first. So the competitive side of breeding is more of a post-game thing. The breeding for shinies, you can do at any time. So I hope that you guys got a lot out of this. I hope it was fast enough, but also informative enough that you guys are able to understand my crazy ADHD brain. So if you liked the video, like, subscribe. Let me know you subscribed. You know, if you have any comments, you have any questions, you want to learn more about something, let me know, and I will 100% answer your questions, okay? I will 100% answer anything you guys want to know. So quickly go over one more time, just so you guys don't forget. Establish which two Pokemon you want to breed together. If you're going for the Masudo method, that means two Pokemon of different languages together. If you guys then have your Pokemon decided which ones you want to do, you're going to make a picnic. You're then going to make sure you're using a sandwich that gives you the egg power buff. That lasts for 30 minutes. You can then just sit AFK in your picnic. You can only have 10 eggs in your basket at once. If you're then creating a competitive team, go to Delibird's Presents, look for the Destiny Knot, which carries over 5 random IVs from your parents, and look for the Everstone, which carries over the Nature. Also, quickly, your ability will most likely always come from the female. The female carries over most of the abilities, so keep that in mind as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope, like I said, I hope this works out for you. So have a wonderful, beautiful breeding time. Peace out. Mwah!